Maxi may or may not live on stream said this was tier 2 so people would play it and they'd get more data. That'd be funny. This exact 40, I took it from Maxi's tier list, so this is the one that he thinks is good. Feels like a high legend tech pile. You're a high legend tech pile. If you cut 16 cards from this deck, you can run Keleseth. All right, I'm in. Sign me up. Sign me up. Are there any decks you are excited to write about for Tempo Storm? Any new decks I'm excited to write about for Tempo Storm? I wish I was excited to write. I'm not really excited about anything, honestly.
Job's done.
What's the last time a Hearthstone deck has excited me? I've definitely sat down to write for Tempo Storm and thought that it was going to be a quick write, and then I ended up doing 3 to 4 paragraphs. I can't think of the last time. It definitely, not this most recent snapshot, but the snapshot before, I had one where I was like, oh my goodness, I wrote way more than I was expecting there. I guess I would be excited to write Line Cook for Tempo Storm, but I don't think Line Cook is good enough for Tempo Storm.
There's no time. There's no time.
This deck is very funny into druids. Do you think the Disco Lock made it? We talked about it for last snapshot, and then we thought, wow, this is garbage. It's not worth putting on. And I don't think it's gotten better since then, so I wouldn't expect it. Are you gonna play the Bazaar, speaking of tempo? I will try it for sure.
There's no possibilities.
UKLJ, glad I was able to catch one of the streams of all time. Well, thank you so much for the 3 months, my friend. I appreciate you. How you doing? Silly ultimate. The spider will destroy you. Why don't you get wrecked? Why don't you get riggedy wrecked? Do you know why is Steward in the deck? Steward is in the deck to prove me wrong, right? Because I said that this was going to be a terrible extra copy of Razor Scale. But if it's in here and it's good, then I was wrong the whole time. And it's actually good.
There's no time.
And I think that's what everyone actually cares about at the end of the day, is proving me wrong. I was scared of fungus and some farts. Proving people wrong is one of my favorite activities. Yeah, so like Razor Scale makes it hard for decks that draw a lot to, you know, do their funny draw a lot thing, and Clumsy Steward theoretically makes it so that if you draw a lot you won't get to keep your pieces. But I find that the decks that Razor Scale or this would be meant to stop do their drawing a lot on the turn that they ruin you, so I wouldn't really expect it to do that well in that regard. Look at my Chargers, they're really getting there, chat. Not specifically proving me wrong though. All right, sick. QB's not coming after me yet, or at least not specifically. Clumsy feels like it's literally there to mess with Marshy specifically because of his discard Warlock stream. Yep. I play Conviction with 2 watch posts on board. I might not be too smart. You and me both, friend. What do you think opponent's gonna do? Are they gonna sit there thinking about life and all its intricacies and then concede? Parrot Sanctuary. Are we gonna get a this turn? Actually don't quite have lethal in hand, do I? But like, Zephy's never offers freeze this turn, right? At least he wouldn't give it to me. So yeah, they're as dead as a chumbo. They're super dead, as we in the business say. Super duper extra special stinky dead. That's the technical term for it. I'm keeping this not because I think it's good to have in hand, but because it seems okay to not have in my deck, so Crystology finds the instrument attack more reliably.
I see you've brought guests.
Are the minions off of Crystology always critical, or can we tech in Messmaker? What does Messmaker do? Aggro Priest is honestly the funnest aggro deck. You can completely turn your brain off and still have a 60% win rate to legend. Oh, if you say so. Death Rattle, deal 1 damage to all enemies. Oh, that one. I could see how that would be good. Haha, I ruined your draw cards with my watch post. Every aggro deck is brainless? If you say so. If you say so. Only my super Curvestone Omega control decks require brain power, as we clearly saw from me playing Reno Druid earlier. Control decks have the Omega brain power necessary to win the Hearthstone video games.
May the light grant you peace.
No Reno Druid slander. It's not so much that like I don't think you were watching earlier, QB, but like I was having a rant about Hearthstone monetization, and for 3 full Reno Druid control mirrors, I was paying absolutely no attention to what I was doing and just sitting there playing cards out, and I won all 3 of them. Yeah, so it's just funny that like there's this big narrative that aggro is brainless and control is 5-head, when really it's, you know, they're all Hearthstone decks and they all require a certain level of perspective. So anytime someone talks about how like little brain power goes into the deck, into a deck, I go like, okay, this again. But also, like, I mean, I'll give examples of decks that I think don't require a lot of, you know, skill. But yeah, I don't know, just talking about how things are brainless, like, okay, yeah, they're so brainless. Every deck can be played well or poorly. You agree the argument is stupid? Marshy used 13% of his brain and want to value off, yeah. Sounds like an aggro main, yeah. Just play green cards. That's what I'm saying. The only difficult deck is Overplanner, Pro Gamer, Reno Priest. Exactly. Exactly. The game I beat, the deck I beat 3 times in a row in super long value offs without paying any attention. Hearthstone is not that hard of a game. I still misplay because I'm a big baby. Yeah. Samesies. Samesies. I might be just very good at Reno Druid. No, I was not. I was misplaying left and right. I actually think the Reno Druid mirror is somewhat skill expressive. Sure. It was a control mirror, not a Reno Druid mirror, by the way. I played against Reno Priest 3 times in a row. In like, I think the shortest game was 15 minutes and one of them was 35. And in all 3 of them, I was just ranting about Hearthstone monetization and didn't pay any attention to what was actually happening in the game. Made countless misplays and won all 3. All right, we're up against a priest. Not hating though, brainless decks are super relaxing, especially if you watch something at the same time. Sure, it's the terminology brainless that I don't like. Like, a deck can be simple, a deck can be straightforward without being, you know, we don't have to call it brainless. And like, if you're actually paying attention and deliberately making plays and thinking about what you're doing with a simple deck, you're gonna have a significantly higher win rate than if you were playing it brainlessly. So like, I don't know, there's just the type of rhetoric, just ugh. I don't know, I don't like it. Okay. Can I play Big Priest? Someday. Want to see a mod get yelled at? Rheastraza sucks in Reno Druid. All right, you're canceled. I don't know that I agree, but I think your opinion is worth considering. It's like a really nice value backup win con, right? Like, if your Reno Priest opponent is ratting and theataring all of your crap that you would otherwise use to end the game, having the Rheastraza there to like give you infinite stuff can win you the game in the long run, as we saw in 2 different games I played earlier. Did I want to add Messmaker? No, I'm not going to alter it. I'm just going to play the maxi list. We have to call it brainless if we want to signal that we're an elite control gamer. Have you considered Rheastraza as cool? Nothing's cool. This is all lame. The closest I think I've seen a deck get to proper brainless, i.e. very little room for decisions, was standard Questline Warrior. Yeah, that's my big example for like simplest deck of all time. But even that, you know, could be played well or poorly.
There's no time.
And is this buffed up watch post gonna run away with the game? Answer me that, chat. Trapdoor spider here in a second. No, you asked not to? What? Zanzibar. It's an old Tenacious D song. Should I sing it? Should I sing the Tenacious D song? Anyone in chat know which one I'm talking about? Don't say it. Just tell me that you know. It's a Billy Joel song? Is it really? I'm pretty sure Jack Black sings it.
There's no time.
No, it's definitely Tenacious D. Alright, good luck, opponent. Actually, you know what? I don't know if these... Do these both trade in and then the poison hits, or does the poison hit and then...
You have
And then I'm gonna love you completely. And then I'll bleep and bleep you discreetly. Locations get deleted. Hand space and board space are important if you want to find your Bran Astlor combo. I don't know. I understand the appeal of the funny. I just think she's quietly works against you. Yeah, I don't think you play it most of the time. I think it's there for backup. Or like, yeah, because of the nature of the 40 card value pile, Rheastra, like the main combo is not super guaranteed, so if it gets to be that late that you would play the Rheastraza, you can just play it and win on board with random dragons, I guess. My teachers gave me my math test back. They always called me an aggro player. Can you imagine if like the Hearthstone anime, right? And play like it's about kids who go to a school to learn how to play Hearthstone, and there's this whole arc about kids taking written and practical tests to determine which style of deck they get to play for the rest of ever. Like then they would have like the different houses, right? Like, you know, I'm thinking like you remember Yu-Gi-Oh GX? Did anyone watch that? Where like you had to stay within your color, you know, like that would be where you would board, and if you are an underdog, you get red. So like all the basic aggro players, and then, you know, who would be the star of the show? Who would be the star? Would the star be an aggro player, a control player, or a combo player? Which house would be the lead in the anime?
There's no time.
There is no time. Mid-range? Mid-range would be in the aggro house. The more win conditions, the better. Nobody can rat them all. If your deck are full of win conditions, sure. A random generation volume player, that would be in the control house. The answer changes, depends on who you ask. Well, I'm asking you. All right. Who's the star of the show?
There's no time.
I think the real answer is that nobody would, like, for the anime, for the Hearthstone card game, all decks would be like Renathal piles, right? Like if you look at Yu-Gi-Oh as an example, nobody has well put together, highly synergistic decks, right? So combo and aggro are gone. They're out. And good control decks are out too. All you have is value piles. The ideal Hearthstone world, according to Reddit or something. Chat, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna make a trapdoor spider. Thoughts? Thought about it for one more second, it has to be combo. I do think that like setting off exciting combo win cons would probably be the best television, but it could also, like, it would probably end up being like value combo or control combo, right? Like they don't want to just have you go straight down the line. All right, so I was looking for confirmation that I can even say this. I've played the Bazaar. It was fun. I got invited to play it at one point. Every Hearthstone anime game is a Renathal, Reno, Shadowwalk, Shaman, Mirror. I feel like, yo, it's closer to Reno Warlock, Reno Priest stuff, personally.
Let the dead rest.
The Grim Totem have had enough of your fungus. My opponent played a Spreading Plague in honor of Reynad against me in Year of Our Lord 2024. Can you believe it? You want to see anime Odin Warrior now? Marshy, can you stop discussing such interesting topics while I'm in the kitchen dicing carrots? Also, I don't know what the protagonist would play, but I know that the elitist rival would be a Freeze Mage player. Yeah, I could definitely see a Freeze Mage saga, like where, maybe not a saga, but like one of, you know, a couple of episodes where one of the antagonists is just playing Freeze Mage, and the protagonist is just sitting there thinking like, they're just gonna cycle this forever. What do I have to do? And then they top deck like, you know, thankfully I added Eater of Secrets to my ETC. That's impossible. You know, then they win. It's a great anime. I recommend it, you know. I think you'd all love it. There's a lot of lifesteal in this deck, chat. It's my opinion. Boop. Imagine an auctioneer turn in the style of over-the-top Yu-Gi-Oh! It would be awesome. Yep. The protagonist is a Copper Hunter player. Being sent into the Shadow Realm in Hearthstone is playing versus Hostage Mage. Real. Anime Odin. I am at 2 health. I play Odin. The god intimidates the opponent. Skipper for 300,000 armor. Swing turn for lethal. Lots of freeze frames and dancing lines. Yes, surely. Seems perfect. I think the real spirit of Hearthstone might just be a pile of Discover cards. No, sure, like, there's some diversity, but I don't think we'd see a lot of, like, you know, really good decks. I think they'd mostly be silly value piles. Or, like, I don't know, a lot of random tech that's only good for that one episode. All right, Painter's Virtue.
There's no time.
Meow. I like the part where I have to heal my opponent to full every turn to get through these Zilliai. Imagine having a Hostage Shaman anime, 5 minutes of plot and 25 minutes of my jaws, my jaws, my jaws. Chat, can I tell you, I absolutely despise Hearthstone Guru names for wild decks. You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me. Lion Hunter, at least, it makes more sense than it used to. When, like, the old version, like, calling it Lion Hunter or calling it Huhurin Hunter, that killed me. But now at least, you know, all you're summoning from the egg is lions, and it is like there's, you know, egg has lion synergy and then lions have mine synergy, so it's not as bad as it used to be. But like, oh my goodness, all the Lion Hunter. What was the other one we saw on stream the other day? We were checking something on stream and I looked at the HS Guru wild name for whatever the deck was, and I was like, how are you doing that? Is it Mine Hunter? I just called it Egg Hunter. Like, I think it's always been Egg Hunter. Like, that makes the most sense. But I mean, like, it's a simple thing. It's like not a simple thing. It's it doesn't matter. But I don't know. Oh man, I suck. I suck, chat. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It was a curious outcome. Well, actually, we had Egg Hunter already. I think it's fine that a tier 40 deck from 10 years ago, we recycle the name. Deck is built around Mystery Egg. I don't think we're confusing current Egg Hunter with, you know, 6 years ago Egg Hunter by calling it Egg Hunter. I think it's fine. I wish I remember what the other one was. The other one was way more egregious. Like, I think if the deck was what it was right now when it first came out, I wouldn't have had a problem with Lion Hunter. I think I'm like getting used to it. I think it's fine. Because it makes sense to call it Lion Hunter now, even if it didn't before. But there was something else that was on the thing where I was like, why are you calling it this? Do they call Questline Demon Hunter Fatigue Demon Hunter? Was that it? I don't know. There's a lot of there's a lot of HS Guru names for wild decks where I'm like, ugh, nobody calls it that. Chat. Should I make this trade and play something else? I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to worry about it. What is this? Wind Fury? I'm going to keep this in hand so that they don't expect it. You're kind of sus of this list? How weird that we get lions out of eggs. True. Why is your opponent playing Cold Light Oracle? Because then it wouldn't be Mildred if they didn't have it. Yeah, we should call it Lioness Hunter. All right, if we're gonna if we're gonna go this route, we're summoning lionesses. Lionese? What's the plural of lionesses? It's just lionesses, right? Do I like middle decks? Sure, yeah. Do you think a V-Star type ability would work good in Hearthstone?
Time grows short.
Yeah, sure. V-Stars are effects, like it's an effect type that only one instance of it can be used the whole game. So like, not even just that V-Star ability can only be used once. Once you've used a V-Star ability, you can't do it again. Like any other V-Star ability either. And you can have effects like that in Hearthstone, no problem. Lionesses. Pride Hunter, it's a Pride of Lions. Real. Pack Hunter. Yeah. Let's make sure that every source uses a different name. Make it a maximum confusing. Oh my goodness, the one that killed me the most was actually, I think it was because of Vicious Syndicate. I don't remember, but Bomb Rogue. Why, like, we call Mine Rogue for like half a year, and then suddenly like people are starting to try to switch the name to Bomb Rogue because they were calling it that in Standard or something like that. I was so glad when that stopped. That's the one that bothered me the most ever. Why call it Bomb Rogue? Killing me. Ugh. B-Star ability. I think Chumbo Hunter is a perfect name. I agree. Yeah, we should call it Chumbo Hunter. Just call it Hoo Hoo Raint Hunter. We should call it Rip Hoo Hoo. Rest in peace, Hoo Hoo. Should call it Yoo-Hoo. Yoo-Hoo Hunter. Standard players were baffled too. Why it was being called Bomb Rogue. That's so funny. So 7, 10, 12. It's not enough.
Sorry, boss.
The time has come to dethrone our former master.
Feel that healing beat.
Do you think that Princess Hunter minus the Princess will still make it into Tempo Storm? The deck is better now than it was before Princess. It just shifted how it works. I think we had it number 1 on our last snapshot. Like the one from last week. Oh no. Can I get Blade Master Samro? That would really go a long way here, I think. It could have been called Disney Hunter, what with all the princesses and lions. True. Oh my goodness, Mining Rogue, that, like, for the Excavate deck, oh my goodness. Why was anyone in Standard not calling that Excavate Rogue? Why on earth would you call it Mining Rogue? Why were you... Like, I mean, like, I can appreciate a little bit of role play, you know. I understand the incentive of it, but like, really? Calling things mining? All right, well, this is devastating. I was hoping to get Samro a million times. Didn't everyone call it Excavate? In the end, and for the most part, sure, yeah. But like, there were people who were calling it Mining Rogue for a while. It definitely made it onto a VS report as Mining Rogue, didn't it? I could be making that last part up, but like, people were calling it Mining Rogue. It was so weird. It's not Excavate Rogue because Hearthstone players can't spell. We are stupid, not just wild. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Makes sense. Chat, I think I'm going to lose this game. I was pretty confident I was going to win there for a while, but I'm less confident now. Do I even have legal? So 311. No. But I can maybe not die to this. Maybe. Leroy. So this trade's here, 614. Brutal. Doesn't this have to trade? Or can I go face? Is it fine to just go face with it? We haven't seen the brand yet. I think I never win if I don't go face with this, right? I'm not spending your money for you, Marshy, but Signature Leroy looks dope. I didn't get him either. Oh, the so there's a signature Justicar that I would 100% have bought if I could have. I would have 100% bought that if I was able to. But unfortunately, the only way to get it is there was one bundle you could buy that had a, like, there were 4 things that could come in the bundle and you would get 2 of them. And I'm not spending $50 to maybe get the cosmetic I want. No way I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. Of course not. No, Blizzard. Come on. But, you know, with a reasonable bundle, I might have gotten it. I don't know if they charged $50 for a Justicar bundle that was similar to the Raza bundle. I might have gotten it, but probably not. But if there was like a reasonable price for me to have that Justicar thing, I definitely would have done it. I've seen the Leroy one and I don't super like it. I think I would still use regular Leroy over it, but I'm certainly not buying it when the only way I can do it is to randomly get it from that stupid bundle thing. You can find them in golden wild packs. I'm not gonna buy a bunch of golden wild packs either. I don't care that, like, I'm not gonna start buying like, if I get one out of wild packs that I get eventually, sure, I'll be happy I have a signature, I suppose, but I'm not gonna go seeking it out of packs. That's like, I'd much sooner buy the bundle.